Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, today we're going to receive some clarity, insight, and guidance from our divine ancestors, from the Most High. The universe is dancing with us today. The dance of life, I'm hearing. Many of you are very strong in your spiritual nature. And I get this energy with the cherry being here. And this is what the cherry looks like. This is the cherry card. Let me see. Can you see? There you go. The cherry. A cherry tree. Cherry blossoms. In the spiritual nature, it represents purity. So many of you have a pure essence about how you move spiritually. Like, I get this energy for those of you that this message resonates with. You are spiritually strong, especially with the cedar of Lebanon here. This is what that looks like. The cedar of Lebanon spiritually represents spiritual strength. So, be it that you're spiritually strong, you're still not in this essence of using your abilities, your talents, to bend the will of others. You recognize that we all have free will, and the divine is saying you as well have free will. However, I get this energy that many of you are going through some things at this time. If you're not, this could be something that's coming up. Readings are fluid, so this could be past, present, or future. For many of you, I'm getting this is present or something that is soon to be coming up. As this is coming up, the divine creator source is saying you have help from above with the celestial mountain here. So with the celestial mountain, it's like many of you may feel like you've been climbing a mountain. There's some uphill battles that some of you may be facing. But look above. With it being celestial, that gives me the energy of the sun, the moon, the stars, the Most High. Forces that are non-physical, that can assist you when you, with your free will, request, ask for the assistance and the guidance for the mountain that you're climbing. You see, our path is not always a straight line. Sometimes there's ups, like you're going up a mountain, and then sometimes there's lows, like you're going into a valley. As you're climbing up this mountain, you have the strength to do it. You have the skills, the abilities, the tools. And for many of you, you've been doing that. But it's like the divine is saying there is divine assistance available for you. And all you have to do is ask. There's something that says ask and you shall receive, right? Many of you may be in this essence of feeling like, because in the mundane, when you ask for help, you've asked for help from others, even I'm getting like, I'm seeing like telepathic communications, but not everyone has that ability. So it's like you've asked, and for some of you, I'm getting this energy that you didn't have to even ask. People knew you needed help, and they watch you struggle. So by you struggling through most things on your own, you became that much stronger. You carried the weight, the burden yourself, and that's what grew you spiritually stronger. However, in this present moment, whenever you're coming across this reading, the divine is saying you don't have to struggle anymore. You actually didn't even have to struggle then. For many of you, you always had like divine assistance. But it's like this energy where things are being amped up, and or this energy where you're being encouraged to ask. Like, instead of allowing things to take so long by you doing it by yourself. So what I'm getting is like teamwork. The divine is asking you to tag team them in. Your angels, your ascended masters, your ancestors. It's tag team time, baby. They're saying they see you walking up a mountain, but you don't have to do this alone. They're going to throw you down. I don't do mountain climbing or rock climbing, but I know they throw like a rope, and then the rope helps you elevate, scale the mountain that much easier. Some of you are coming into this energy where there's something coming up, or there's something very present where you've been managing everything on your own. You've been expressing and showing spiritual strength. In this moment, your ancestors, the Most High, is saying, tag team, baby. Tag us in. Let us assist you with it. And it's because you do have free will. So with your free will, they don't want to... It's your free will. So all you have to do is ask. This is a reminder for some of you to bring you back into remembrance that you do have this ability, that you're not alone, that you have family with home here in the Othala room that's wanting to help you. You are a part of the Most High's family, but you do have free will. So ask. We're all entangled in this thing together. But even in the entanglement, you have free will. So to bring forth this stability, card number 13, 3 and 1 is 4. To bring this stability, I'm hearing to gain more clarity in this situation. It's okay to ask for the divine guidance, and ask from it from your heart. For many of you, you've planted some seeds. This is where your spiritual strength comes in. And just like with nature, when you plant the seeds, after you've planted them, you then have to allow for Mother Nature to do her things. It's like a tag team, right? You do your part, nature does her part. The divine is saying you've done your part. You've sown the seeds. Let them assist you in doing their part so that you see your seeds grow. We're heading into spring now. So for many of you, this is coming up very soon, or we're in this energy now. Being that this is like March 1st, we're going into the springtime. Things are going to be growing and blooming in nature all around us. And I get this essence that for many of you, things are also growing and blooming. Do the tag team. Allow your ancestors to come in and assist you. You have the free will to invoke their energy. Or send up a prayer to the Most High. This prayer comes from a loving place in your heart. This is that purity of the cherry. Love in the vibration of where you want to see things grow, not just for yourself, but also for others. Love where you're connecting with your passed over loved ones. They love you. They're still in connection with you. However, they won't go against your free will. So, for some of you who haven't connected with them recently, there's this energy of connecting, continuing to be entangled with them, taking ownership. I get this energy that many of you have always taken ownership. Take it as it resonates, not all of us. But there's this essence now where you're becoming spiritually stronger. And by you being spiritually stronger, you're owning your misdeeds. So take this as it resonates. I get this in two ways. Some have done misdeeds towards you for whatever reason, and they need to take ownership. For you as well, if there's anything that you feel like you could have done better, own that. And then do better. We do better when we know better. Many of you are taking ownership of getting into toxic relationships and or recognizing that relationships are toxic, and you're taking ownership and removing your energy from that. For any of you that find it difficult to release yourself from these toxic relationships, then this is where you can call in the assistance from the ancestors, from the Most High, to give you the strength to continue to move away from anything that's bringing toxicity. People, places, things, energy, entities. For some of you, these toxic relationships are with family, especially with home being here. And it is difficult to move away from those you consider family. Whether it's a family you were born into or a soul family. Either way, you have the assistance that's there and available for you. You just have to ask. Ask for the guidance as to when to make a move and when to be still. It's like success is already granted to you, especially spiritually, but the divine is still saying, ask. Many of you are having to activate with your words. Wind here. Wind speaking with your voice, activating that frequency of asking for help. You do have free will. So, as I said, and I'm repeating, you have to activate, invoke the help with your voice. Because there's a time to be still and be quiet, and then there's a time to say, it's okay, I surrender this, and I turn it over to higher forces. I've done all that I can do, and I release this. I surrender it. For many of you, there's also this energy of staying watchful as you're releasing toxic people, places, and things, energies, and entities. You have to be vigilant, because you know how people talk about when you pull away from, when you cut cords or you pull away, people can feel it. Some people don't want you cutting cords with them or pulling away. And so some people may do things, people, entities, whatever, energy. When you take your energy back and you release certain toxic relationships, there's still this energy. Do I take all of those? there's still this energy of being vigilant. Vigilant to be watchful, not be paranoid, but being watchful. So this is where you call on your ancestors to like assist you with protection in the spiritual realm, to keep a watchful eye. This is where you ask the Most High for guidance, to be aware of certain people, places, and things. This isn't about being like worried or what's the word? In fear even. But awareness. Not being ignorant to the fact that some people won't like it. And sometimes when people don't know how to handle certain situations with maturity, they may react in a way that is unhealthy. And so you're being encouraged to be vigilant about certain things that could occur when you are releasing these toxic relationships. As many of you are releasing these toxic relationships, it creates a change. Sometimes people don't know how to be thankful for the change. Sacred gratitude here. But many of you, and that's also card number 55, the change, the transformation. Many of you have been praying for these changes. And if you haven't, know that you have the ability to ask, and you'll be guided out of certain situations of how to release toxicity, people, places, and things. I get this energy that many of you have done this, and this is why there's this essence of allowing the divine to help you to continue to move forward into another cycle. It's like the wheel is turning. Many of you are moving into another cycle, and your light is shining. You're stepping into your personal power. And so it's giving you more of a luminescence essence, because you don't have a lot of toxicity weighing you down. It's like you're lighter now. Lighter in both ways. Lighter in energy and lighter with your light shining bright. Do you get it? Card number 45 here. 4 and 5 is 9. Those cycles of toxicity are ending for many of you. And for most of you, I'm getting that this is happened recently, or it's just happened. You've released all toxicity. Any that are speaking ill to you and think that it's a joke, you just close the door. No need to, I felt like that's confirmation. You sped away like a quick motorcycle. No need to go back and forth. No need for explanations. Anyone that publicly tries to humiliate you, why? It's not a friend. So many of you have released these fake ass friends, I just heard. And that's really allowing for you to be lighter. You're not carrying the weight of someone smiling in your face, but talking shit in your face. Smiling in your face and then talking crap behind your back. And even though it hurt to release certain people, many of you knew that this would create more abundance in your life. Your soul is more radiant, and you just rose like a phoenix. This is why you have a bright light. Card number 53, 8. More abundantly your soul fills without this weight of these people that, how's the saying go, play in your face. Like they smile. knowing that they don't have your best interests at heart. And it's because some of them are clout chasing, seeking the approval of others. So you removed yourself so that they can have all the approval of the others that they want. I get this energy that many of you don't feel the need to put on. You allowed that cycle to close, and you're sticking with your brilliant beliefs. It hurt. It felt like a death, like they tried to burn you, right? Burn you with their words. But like a phoenix, you rose up from the ashes of those burnt words. And you stepped into your personal power and just closed out the cycle. Now there's new luminous relationships coming in for you. Relationships that will be successful. Relationships where you're on the same spiritual path. 34. 3 and 4, 7. It's like the divine allowed for you to hear certain things and see them clearly, so that you could know and see the type of people you were dealing with. Some of these individuals, you gave not one, not two, but 3 different tries. Because you kept saying, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. We all grow, right? And then every time you did that, I'm seeing a 3 of Swords. They turned right around and stuck you again. All to get the clout from others. You said, okay, well, this wasn't a successful relationship, so I'm ready to dead that. I'll get still. I'll get quiet. I'll not move right now, but I'm definitely going to plant something new. So some of you had to go out and meditate. Some of you went within to meditate. You got still. And you decided that you're not going to close yourself off from still having abundant relationships, successful relationships. You just know now who you're dealing with. You know now that, unfortunately, they don't value you as much as you possibly value them. And that's okay. That's okay, because cycles happen. And how does it go? Sometimes people are only there for a season or a reason. The reason that they needed to assist you to elevate to a certain point. And then like a rocket, they fall off. You know, when the rocket reaches a certain point in elevation, the boosters or something fall off. I'm getting this energy that they were just a booster. They boosted you, and now it's time for them to fall off. So let them be. And that's okay. Because you're still a part of the universe. You are the universe. Now, for those of you who are releasing those toxic relationships, for those of you who you know where it was hurtful to release certain relationships, it's now time for you to have a soul retrieval. Because there are times where you're hurt, where you trusted people and then it broke your heart. There are pieces sometimes that get left in a moment where you need to reclaim your energy, reclaim the broken pieces of your soul, whether it's past lifetimes, this lifetime, recently. And it's just as simple as getting in a meditative state and just speaking the words, calling back all of the fragmented pieces of yourself. Those parts of you that felt hurt, that got left in different timelines, different dimensions, different lifetimes, so that you feel a more whole vibration. So that you're also not stuck having the same past patterns or the same thoughts over and over. This is where people tend to live rent-free in your head. Call back the pieces of you. And you want people to call back their fragmented pieces from you as well, because that's less weight that you're carrying. Energetically, you're lighter. Your light is brighter, and you're lighter energetically. So for those of you who know you've been hurt by people you trusted, and every now and again, it's just good, just like a cord cutting, it's just good when you're cutting cords to call back the pieces of you. When you're releasing toxic relationships, when you're removing your energy from a certain place you used to go, like someone's house, maybe you used to go there because you felt like it was home and you felt comfortable there, and then you realize every time you were there something popped off or your energy just felt different. So you don't tend to visit that place very often anymore. For many of you, it's just people. For some of you, you may have even been attached to entities, and you're in different lifetimes or this lifetime, and you're recognizing that you had an incubus or a succubus, or you just had a very lustful nature and you want to release that energy. Call back. Soul retrieval. Call back those pieces of you. Yeah, you can snatch your energy back from an entity too. Now, I don't know how far some people go with that. I don't know too much about that, but you sign certain contracts and you do blood rituals and stuff like that, that's something different. I mean, talk to the Most High on that. Get some guidance from the ancestors on that. But soul retrieval, calling back those pieces of you that feel left in different timelines, in different spaces, in different places, in different dimensions. For many of you, this is going to increase your connections because you won't have the weight of the past weighing you down. This will also allow for more intimacy to come into me see. Because you won't be replaying certain patterns. You won't have someone else living rent-free in your head or your heart, I just heard. Because sometimes we do give people our heart, or we allow people to come into our heart and hold a space there. And this is where, after you've cut the cords, you need to call back those pieces of you to feel in your heart again. The divine is saying they're here to assist you. Ask and you shall receive. Yes, you are spiritually strong. Yes, you know how to recall the pieces of you. Sometimes it still takes divine healing to come forward. For many of you, you're sacred. You are a sacred woman, or you're dealing with a sacred woman. For some of you, you have an ancestor that is a sacred woman that is saying, let them help you. Just ask. For those of you that are sacred women, you're being called to be impartial. Impartiality is about seeing both parts of the story. So you know how, and this, okay, wow, I got two parts there. So you know how they say there's two sides to every story? his side and her side. And the divine is saying there's a third side. That's the Trinity. Let me assist you with this. Because your side is going to be skewed and his side is going to be skewed as well. But there still can be balance. Do you see how this lady, sacred woman, is carrying these two buckets and they're balanced? She's not leaning to the side, to the left, or to the right. She's holding them both. So like there's an equal weight there. And I get that both people played a part in it. This is where you take ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds as well as your accomplishments. Don't always want to take the credit. You never do anything wrong. Own your misdeeds. As this sacred woman is encouraging you to allow certain cycles to end, card number 27, and for you to ask for assistance with these cycles ending so that it can be made fair, so that there is an impartiality to the entire situation. So basically it's like nobody's playing the blame game. You're taking ownership of your part, they're taking ownership of their part, and then the Most High is saying, all right, and this is what's fair. Here is how we get the rainbow to flow again. And this rainbow is about the chakras being balanced, nothing else. It doesn't represent, anyway, it's about balancing the chakras, where you still can speak with kindness through the throat, still receiving the wisdom from the third eye and the crown, still feeling grounded and balanced from the root, still able to be creative and not let your creativity get stagnant because pieces of you are still left behind, or someone's renting space in your mind rent free so that you can't focus and use your creativity. It's time for a healing. Many of you, it's healing inner child wounds. Many of you are calling back pieces from things that happened to you. So the soul retrieval is happening where you're calling back pieces of you from things that happened when you were a child. I get this energy that many of you have done a lot of inner child healing. If you're not, this is something to be encouraged to focus on. This is what the divine is saying to ask for assistance with. But with these coming out together, I feel that many of you have done this healing. If not, then there is assistance, there's guidance to assist you with this. For many of you, you're calling back and having a soul retrieval so that you're continuing to stay tapped into your passions. Those things that make you feel light and joyful that you enjoy doing. Don't neglect that. And continue to keep the gratitude in your heart as you're releasing toxic relationships. So it's like, what did they come to teach you? And then be thankful for the lessons that you learned, is what I'm getting there. Be thankful for the healing. For many of you that I'm getting happen on a soul level, be thankful for the awareness of knowing that you can call back the broken pieces of you, the awareness of how, when, and where to release toxic relationships so that you can grow, the awareness that you have the ability to ask for assistance from the Most High, from your ancestors, the awareness that you have brilliant beliefs and a very luminous life force. The awareness that many of you rise like phoenix from the ashes over and over. that you've gone through so many transformations, and love is still your energy. And I just heard from many of you that you still move with integrity. And if not, then this is what you're teaching others. We have the pegmatite crystal here. Can you see that? No, because I got this light on. Let me see. I don't want to hit the camera. I can't get it to turn off. Sorry. I got this light on this thing. It's supposed to just turn off. But let me see. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, this is what it looks like from a distance. Oh, that's why it looks grainy too. That light is on. Why can't I get it to turn off? Anyway, we're almost done. But the pegmatite crystal gives off a very specific vibration. It reaches into your spiritual self, especially for those of you who are calling back the pieces of you. And the pegmatite assists you with bringing out those hidden talents that you have, those hidden passions, the skill set that you may not even be aware of that you have, or for some of you that you put to the side because you were dealing with toxic relationships and or toxic people. As you use this crystal, as you're calling back the pieces of you, many of you are going to have skill sets and talents that are going to start to surface that you didn't even know about. Because some of you may have been having these feelings of inadequacy because you were dealing with toxic people, where you doubted yourself. When you use the pegmatite crystal, it's one of those crystals that assist you with lifting the inadequacies, lifting the self-doubt, and to open your heart chakra so that the healing can happen even at a heart level. I'm going to turn this thing off. There it is. Sheesh. Now let me see if that works better. Pegmatite. That's what it looks like. Camera still looks grainy though. Anyway, let's grab some tarot and finish up this reading. So yeah, some of you have been putting in, oh, we already had the Page of Cups. Someone, okay, and I feel like these. I get this energy that someone wants to offer you something. For some of you, it's an apology, because you were dealing with toxic people. For some of you that you worked with, someone sees you putting in the work to heal within your family lineage. For many of you, we have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Lovers, along with the Nine of Wands. So some of you are releasing toxic relationships. Some of these people that you're releasing want to apologize to you. They've been putting in work, some work, at least if they're willing to come and apologize. Be aware that it's a genuine apology though, because some people are still in this wounded warrior energy. So if the apology is not genuine, it's like they're still in a toxic energy. I heard a term today. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember it. But it was the essence of someone apologizing, but not really apologizing. Take it as it resonates. I can't remember the term I heard. Either way, there's this energy of many of you having a decision to make after these apologies, or about this offer that's coming forward. For some of you, it's just going to be a message. Like I said, someone wants to apologize. But you're also having to be vigilant. Be aware. Be aware if it's a fake ass apology. Basically, they apologize and then they feel like you owe them an apology as well. So it's not really like they're taking ownership of their misdeeds. For others of you, it is a genuine offer because someone has been putting in the work. They see that you've been putting in the work and they really want to create a bond with you. For some of you, this is a family bond, like being married, especially with the lovers here. For others of you, this is just like soul family and working together. Yet and still, I keep looking at this Nine of Wands and how he's looking at this Lover's card. So I feel like, I don't know, I get this energy where they still feel bitter, or they're bitter at you, or like side-eyeing you. Take it as it resonates. It's not for everyone. Either way, it's a 9. So the cycle is complete. Don't let it go into excess with the 10 of Wands, where it becomes a burden to you. If you recognize that this person is not coming from a genuine place, just dead it and continue on your path. Take it as it resonates. That's for someone, not for everyone. But yeah, there's this energy of someone wanting to connect with you. For some of you, they want to be intimate with you. This doesn't necessarily mean sexual. Intimacy happens on multiple levels. For some of you, yes, it is intimate. The key here is, have they sought the Most High and the ancestors to learn? Have they made sure that they've learned these lessons? Or are they still going to come with this wounded energy? Like, you did this to me, so that's why I did this. Because if that's the energy they're coming in, then it makes it very hard to get to the 10 of Cups. You'd be back with this 1 cup being offered again. Alright, either way, that's the message. Remember, we are all entangled. You can always call on your ancestors and the Most High to assist you with this situation. For some of you, there is someone that's coming up to offer you something. This could have happened already for most of you. I get this energy that many of you are not going to be sure about, do you take this offer? Because you put in a lot of work. Some of them aren't sure to make this offer. But there's guidance. That's why the Most High is saying, allow them to help you with the celestial mountain here. Yes, you're spiritual strong. Many of you have spiritual strength. But you do have the ability to empower the divine to help you. Okay? And do not believe that asking for help means that you grow weaker or dependent. It actually means you're doing this to grow in your own mastery at a soul level. Okay? So, call back the pieces of you guys that need to be retrieved so that you can continue to grow at a soul level. And even in this card here, as you see, he's assisting her with calling back the pieces of her. So it's like this was a shamanic tradition where they would assist an individual with calling back the pieces of themselves. Okay? For some of you that are shamans, I just got that. Some may want you to assist them with calling back the pieces of them where they're hurt, where they're still feeling like the wounded warrior. They've put in some work, but they still may need help to get to this happiness and joy. Some of them are at a crossroads. Take it as it resonates. Some may be seeking assistance from a shaman or a healer or help. Others of you are just going to the Most High or the ancestors. Either way, we're all entangled. We're all in this thing together. We all have lessons to learn, and we are all a part of the universe, okay? That's been the message for today. Thank you for joining me, Tonae Star, here with Tonae Star Enterprises. Remember to always shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you are still amongst the stars. And to always, always, always let your light shine bright. Thank you.